There's something about Janet Jackson's voice that feels different when she decides to speak the truth. Not when she's singing on stage, not when she's performing for the world, but when she's just being real. It carries a weight, a calm power that makes people stop and listen. And this time, what she's sharing isn't about her own struggles or her own fame. It's about her brother, Michael Jackson. For years, fans accepted the official version of how the King of Pop passed away in 2009. We were told it was a tragedy caused by his personal doctor's mistakes, an overdose of propofol, negligence, and nothing more. But according to Janet, that's not the full story. She says what happened to Michael wasn't just bad luck or poor care. It was deliberate, calculated, and controlled. And the names she hints at being connected to this plan are some of the biggest in music: Jay-Z and Diddy. Now, people have heard rumors and conspiracy theories about Michael's death for years. Industry whispers, late-night speculation, fan-made documentaries, you name it. But when Janet speaks, it's different. She has always carried herself with dignity, avoiding drama, rarely diving into messy public disputes. So when she finally decided to break her silence, the world had no choice but to pay attention. Janet's accusation is simple but devastating. Michael Jackson wasn't just another superstar. He was a giant whose influence stretched far beyond the stage. His real power was in what he owned: the legendary Sony ATV publishing catalog. That catalog gave Michael rights to some of the biggest songs in history: The Beatles, Mariah Carey, Babyface, Beyoncé, and yes, even parts of Jay-Z's work. That wasn't just money, it was control. Whoever owned that catalog had leverage over the music industry itself. And according to Janet, that's exactly why Michael became a target. Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, one of Michael's trusted producers, once revealed that Michael lived in constant fear. Not fear of the public, not fear of scandal, but fear of people trying to take what he had built. Jerkins said Michael felt watched, followed, and threatened. He knew powerful figures wanted his catalog and would do whatever it took to get their hands on it. Janet believes that behind the scenes, Jay-Z wasn't just climbing to the top, he was stepping over Michael to get there. She hints that both Jay-Z and Diddy were playing roles in a larger effort to isolate her brother, cut him off from his family, and weaken his control. On the surface, they promoted unity, brotherhood, and Black excellence. But beneath the image, Janet suggests they were helping dismantle Michael's empire. And when you look at the timeline, her claims start to feel unsettling. While Michael's reputation was being dragged through court cases, endless accusations, and brutal media attacks, Jay-Z and Diddy's careers were skyrocketing. They were building empires, securing brand partnerships, and aligning themselves with corporate America. It was almost like a balance shift. Michael's star dimmed while theirs shined brighter than ever. Fast forward to 2009, the year Michael died. The official story says his personal doctor, Conrad Murray, overdosed him with propofol, but Janet questions the details. She points out that before Murray even called 911, he allegedly made another phone call to a man named Fahim Muhammad. And here's the twist. Fahim wasn't another doctor. He wasn't even a medical professional. He was Diddy's bodyguard. Yes, in Michael's final moments, the first person contacted wasn't a hospital. It was someone tied directly to Diddy. That fact alone raises red flags. Even stranger, Fahim had only been working with Michael for less than a year. Before that, he had no connection to him. Suddenly, he was placed in Michael's inner circle, and when the star collapsed, he was right there. Janet believes that wasn't an accident. It was a planned move, a way to keep Michael surrounded by outsiders while his family was pushed away. She recalls how, toward the end, she wasn't allowed to see her brother. The family was kept at a distance while Michael was overworked, overmedicated, and boxed in. It didn't feel like protection, it felt like imprisonment. And when the moment of crisis arrived, only two people were present: Conrad Murray, a doctor with a questionable past, and Fahim Muhammad, a bodyguard tied to industry figures with everything to gain from Michael's downfall. Janet isn't the only sibling who believes something darker happened. LaToya Jackson, another sister, once said openly that she believes Michael was murdered. According to her, Michael himself had warned her multiple times that they were going to kill him. He said he was being followed, monitored, and surrounded by people he didn't trust. LaToya's own story adds another disturbing layer. Years earlier, she had been manipulated by her then-husband, Jack Gordon. He allegedly forced her to publicly accuse Michael of horrific crimes, turning her against her own brother. Years later, she admitted she had been controlled, threatened, and brainwashed. But by then, the damage was done. The media had already used her words to destroy Michael's image. Insiders claim Gordon wasn't acting alone. They say he was working with powerful figures who wanted Michael's reputation destroyed. If they couldn't take his catalog by force, they would poison his public image until his leverage disappeared. And who gained the most during that period? Jay-Z and Diddy. While Michael's reputation crumbled, their empires grew, their deals expanded, and their influence skyrocketed. Shortly after Michael's death, Jay-Z even signed a major deal with Sony, the same company Michael had been battling, the same company whose catalog he had owned half of. Michael Jackson wasn't just another entertainer being reckless. According to those who worked with him closely, he was cautious, protective, and deeply aware of his legacy. He didn't party wildly. He wasn't careless with money. He was careful about who he let into his space. So when the media portrayed him as unstable, many insiders didn't believe it. They saw it instead as a hostile takeover, a carefully crafted plan to strip him of power. Even Michael's last concert deal raises questions. He had agreed to perform 10 shows in London, but somehow that number ballooned to 50. Despite being visibly exhausted, frail, and underweight, he was pushed to rehearse nonstop. LaToya later said it wasn't just about the music, it was about financial control, about turning Michael into a product while stripping him of freedom. Michael himself reportedly told close friends that if something happened to him, people should know he was murdered. He said it with conviction, not paranoia. And when you look at how isolated he became, those words feel like prophecy. Paris Jackson, Michael's daughter, has also spoken about those final days. She remembers her father as constantly cold, always shivering, always asking for warmth. She described their home as dark and cut off. No lights, no phones, no normal life. It didn't feel like a family household. It felt like a cage. Janet also recalled how the last time she saw her brother was near her birthday. After that, she wasn't allowed near him again. She wasn't kept away because of distance, she was deliberately blocked. For her, the separation wasn't just painful, it was a sign that something was deeply wrong. When Michael died, the narrative was already in place. The world was told he was a tragic figure who overdosed, another fallen star destroyed by fame. But behind the headlines, too many coincidences piled up. Shortly after his passing, Jay-Z announced his new partnership with Sony. Diddy continued rising without any setbacks, signing deals, growing richer, and strengthening his influence. Their timing, their sudden expansion, and their ties to the very industry forces Michael had fought against all look suspicious when viewed together. Meanwhile, the people who had been closest to Michael, his family, were left in shock, convinced that the truth was being buried along with him. Michael Jackson wasn't perfect. He had controversies, mistakes, and flaws like any human being. But what Janet and LaToya are saying isn't about those flaws, it's about betrayal. They believe Michael was deliberately isolated, manipulated, and controlled until his life slipped away. And the people who stood to gain the most weren't random strangers. They were powerful figures wearing the masks of allies. If Janet is right, then Michael didn't simply die, he was removed. And if that's the case, the world doesn't just owe him memory, it owes him justice.